Hey Aquarius, it's Suzanne with Sunny Force Tarot here to do your weekly reading for July 13th through the 20th. Hope you're doing well. If you hear any little humming sound in the background, it's my little space heater for Barney. He got chopped. He has no hair right now and he doesn't like it. He literally goes into a little mini depression after he gets his hair cut. This dog does not like to be cold. This is a dog that sleeps under the covers with me every night. All right, so what are we looking at here? This is the Soul's Journey cards by James Van Praagh, and we're just going to take a look at what comes up here and kind of allow the messages to show up as they will. I'm finding that I'm getting a lot of tough love messages. So maybe you need that, maybe you don't, maybe this is your week, maybe it's not. So let's see, what do we have? Worry, Aquarius. It says, I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. No, but it makes the ride getting there miserable. So worry is never good. Worry is like the Nine of Swords in tarot. It serves nothing because you don't know what the outcome's going to be. And most of the time, most of your, worst worries never happen in life. And if they do, more than likely you end up finding out that it probably wasn't as bad as you thought it was going to be anyway. Okay? Or something really positive and beautiful comes from something that you might view as very negative. It's all in how you look at things. All right. So we have relationships. Worried about relationships. It doesn't get much clearer than that. It says, I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. And I hope you are. Because relationships that make you worry constantly are not serving your higher good. People that you have to constantly worry about or constantly question whether or not, they have your back or that they're trustworthy or, that can be a really negative force in your life. And then we have indecision. Okay, I almost don't really need to go any further. So this kind of tells the story. There's worry around a relationship, and it's probably an Aquarius. For as long as I have done your readings, this energy, this is Two of Swords, okay? This energy follows your sign like I have never seen in any other sign. I don't know why that is. Maybe you guys can enlighten me on that. But let's see. Let's break it down and see what this is all about here. All right, so what are we worried about here? We've got the Fool. I immediately feel like you're worried that somebody is moving in another direction, or they are worried that you are moving in another direction. This week's readings can go either way. It can be this can be all you, or this could be all of your person, okay? This may not apply to you at all. It might apply to somebody that is attached to you. So the Fool is about, moving towards the unknown. You might be worried that you are moving forward in a single way towards the unknown. You don't know what that is going to entail. I feel more that somebody is worried about somebody else moving away from them. Page of Cups. You're worried that this person is never going to possibly apologize, or you're worried that, You might have expected maybe, a little text, a little message, a little love from this person that never came back, or that just, you might have been expecting something that didn't happen. Like you were sure of it for a while and it hasn't happened yet, and you're worried that somebody went in another direction, or they are worried that you went in another direction. What else? Three of Pentacles, exactly. So somebody here is worried that somebody that they love or somebody that they still care about might have chosen somebody else. Okay? Three of Pentacles is about coming together, collaboration. Somebody might be collaborating with somebody else, and there's worry around that. Relationships. Three of Wands. Somebody is waiting on a relationship. And and I feel like I see more triggered comments on this than anything else. If if there are denials in the comments, like I'm not waiting for anybody, or I'm done with them. Honestly, if you're watching tarot, if you're spending your valuable time watching tarot readings, there's a reason for that. And there's one of two reasons. You either want somebody back in your life, or I noticed that there's a lot of people I feel like watch tarot to get some satisfaction that karma is coming around for them. You probably don't get that in my readings. That's just not my style. But, it feels like some people really wish harm on people because they got hurt. But this is you waiting, or this is somebody waiting for you. They're waiting for, either a relationship to come back around to them or to be resolved. Three of Wands can also be about expectations. So, what your expectations are when it comes to the relationship, or what this other person's expectations are. You might not be aligned. Four of Pentacles. Holding back. Somebody's holding back. Somebody's holding back from a relationship. Why do people do that? They intentionally hold back, hoping that draws the other person in. But it's really, it's really a miserable game. Some people I feel like are addicted to playing those games. Knight of Swords. Well, I will say that if what you're holding back, or what this person is holding back, is a sharp tongue, then that's probably a good thing. Somebody might have learned a lesson in the past by possibly speaking out of turn, or possibly speaking very harshly. Somebody that can't control their words, probably has a very challenging life. They probably get themselves into a lot of trouble. So if this is your person and you know them to be, to fly off the cuff and, say whatever's on their mind, no matter how hurtful it is, and then thinking that they can just apologize for it later, you can't. You can apologize, okay? And, we've got Page of Cups over here. So I feel like somebody said something fairly harsh that might have ended a relationship, or, somebody walked away. But once you say it, it's out there. And the other person can choose to remember that for their entire life. So be careful with what you say. And I feel like somebody is trying to be more careful with how they say things. People can grow in their life and have these realizations that, gosh, I really hurt that person. I really, because it might have happened to them at one point, and they realized the impact of the words that they say. You don't forget it. You know, you may forget the details, but you don't forget how people make you feel. What's this indecision about? Justice. I mean, look at that. It's like there's potentially, this is a big decision. Justice, it's like this is a decision around possibly a marriage or a divorce. Like, do I go through the horrible nightmare of a divorce so I can just fulfill my wants and desires? Or do I stick it out and, possibly try to make it work? If you are a masculine or a man, I understand why that would be a huge decision. Men do not come out on top usually in divorces, and they lose a lot. And ladies and feminines, that's the reality of it. That's a big thing to do. It might mean that person is following their heart. It might mean that, the divorce is necessary to follow your heart. But it's definitely going to come with consequences. And if there is third party here, the kicker is that the person that might be divorcing to move towards you, you're going to see the fallout of that divorce. So while the person they're divorcing walks away scot-free, you get to see the fallout of the divorce. And that's like a kick in the head of reality that maybe you didn't expect from this whole situation. What else do we have? Yeah, 5 of Pentacles. So I feel like the decision is that, somebody is getting ready to divorce or leave a commitment or leave a marriage. And, I feel like the indecision isn't about, am I leaving because I don't want this person anymore? I don't love this person anymore? Or is it just too much of a pain to do this? That's what I feel like the indecision is. It's like how many consequences am I going to face because of a divorce versus just sticking it out and dealing with it, because it's going to be more painful, more devastating to me financially, devastating to my kids, whatever it is. It's like, is it worth it? Some people will absolutely say yes to follow your heart and your love. A lot of people will say yes. Queen of Wands. So in this particular reading, I feel like this card represents mistress. This could be you, okay? It's like the decision here could be, walking away from a marriage with nothing, 5 of Pentacles, or going towards the person, and I hate the word mistress, but, it is what it is. Going towards the person that they're in love with. I feel like it's clearly saying that that's where the indecision is. All right, one more card. health. So with this card, I always attribute that card to like emotional well-being. And I feel like what's in question here is somebody's emotional well-being. You know, and it could be both for both people. It's like for our emotional well-being, for our, you know, for our best interests, we got to make this happen. We got to do something. We can't stay in this indecision and worry. You know, either, you know, it's just time to make it happen or let me go, right? Nine of Swords, there it is. There's that worry. So I feel like that's where we're at right now. You know, that there is a lot of emotional baggage attached to the situation. And it's like, it's really coming from this indecision, you know, and it's affecting all parties involved. All right, so clarify the Nine of Swords. Wheel of Fortune, it's time. It's time. That's what I'm feeling. This is divine timing. It's time. You know, whether you're going to stay in a connection that doesn't fulfill you, or you're going to move towards something that's more fulfilling. You might have to go through a lot of consequences, but at the end of the day, it's like, what do you value? Or what does this person value? That's where we're at with this. So if we move forward with the Wheel of Fortune, Eight of Wands, this can be Cupid's arrow. It's like communication of the heart. One more, just curious. The Emperor. It's like somebody needs to just take their life back. Someone needs to take their life back, and it's time to do that. It's time to get out of this Nine of Swords energy, because not only is it hurting you, if this is your situation, it's hurting other people. If you are the person not making the decision, by not making a decision, you're making a decision, you know, because you're not doing anything, and that is doing something. So, very, very common story for Aquarius, and you know, I see this pop up on some level at least once or twice a month. So, I want you to get out of it. I would love for you to get out of it, and hopefully most of you are. Anyway, if you are looking for a personal reading, you can certainly reach out to me. Check out the daily readings that I'm doing every day. They're topical in nature, so if you don't see your story in the general reading, you might find your story in the daily readings, okay? But anyway, I thank you so much, and I will talk to you next time. All right, thanks.